Hello everyone, I'm File91e, and I just wanted to, before we get the show underway, I wanted to take some time to talk about the passing of Diane Disney Miller. She passed away this week at the age of 79. Diane was the oldest daughter of Walt and Lillian Disney, and she never, worked for the company. She was never a major instrumental part in the movie-making portion of the Walt Disney Company. Her husband actually, or her husband Ron Miller actually was CEO of the company for a little bit until the Disney Renaissance happened, and then they kind of, stayed out in the shadows and out of the limelight. And for the most part, she did. And it wasn't until her later years that she really started, preserving the Disney name. She was instrumental in getting the Disney Concert Hall up and running. She had her father's tenacity with that. Everybody said it was too expensive, and in true Disney fashion, she said, "Nah, there's no such thing as too expensive. We're going to do this, get this done, and it's going to be awesome." And sure enough, it is. They got that up and running in 2004. She also got the Disney Family Museum up and running, which is really cool. I hope to get out there sometime and check that out. I believe it's in the San Francisco area. If you get a chance to check that out, you really get a good idea of the story behind the man of Walt Disney. And mainly what she's been doing in her later years is, like I said, preserving that name. She would always, she was the Disney historian. She told people how it was with Walt and whatnot. She's been on a lot of the Blu-rays, the bonus features, the backstage stuff, and I just think that's it was really cool to see her come out and really make a name for herself, kind of like her pop. So that's really cool. Because like I said, not a lot of people knew who she was. Not a lot of people knew she, I think, even existed. The main thing is, it's great to see the mark that she's left for herself in the Disney lore of everything, the whole history of Disney, not just the Disney company. I know her dad would be proud, and it's really great. Just to see what she's been doing, and I hope that her work will. I would like to think that her work will never really be tarnished in any way, because she really was, just like her father, really tenacious and really got it right. So Diane Disney Miller, thanks for everything. Rest in peace. Godspeed. I'm just a guy who loves Disney that has way too much time on his hands. If anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney. I'm File91e, and welcome to my Disney News and Reviews. Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Disney News and Reviews. I'm File91e. Little intro. Wanted to say some things about Diane Disney Miller. Tragic stuff that's going down, with that. I mean, 79, that's really not that old. I work with older people, and it's crazy that just passed so suddenly. It's unfortunate, but she left a lasting impression that will be felt, by a lot of people for years to come. So I think that's a pretty cool thing that she did. I already talked about that, so let's move on. More positive things. I got some mail, and I know who this is from, and I could have messaged this person on Facebook to say thank you, but I wanted to say thank you personally. This awesome care package, all the way from California. Alyssa, I just wanted to say thank you so much. You got me this. I was so jealous that you got to go to and everybody else, for that matter, got to go to the D23 Expo. Uh-oh. I want to drop stuff. I'm dropping stuff. I'm making a mess, good lord. And I just happened to see a picture that showed a table full of these programs, and I was so hoping that they were free because I so wanted a guidebook. And I was thumbing through this guidebook, and you could actually see what all the like the things were, like all the attractions, I guess you could say. And she got me all this other stuff too. So this guidebook is really cool. It's nice and thick. Has a lot of different things. Like on this day, you can go to this place to see the cast of Sophia the First, or Walt Disney Studios in-home entertainment with Monsters Inc. and all that stuff. Just really cool, awesome book. They did it right for the D23 Expo. She also included some maps and times guides. Of course, I love the maps and times guides. Just really cool stuff. I'm so hoping to get out there next year. It is my mission to make it to Disneyland next year and give some good reviews. She also got me this awesome it's a Once Upon a Time in Wonderland bookmark. She also got me these long lost friends autograph cards, I guess you could say. So this is long lost friends as seen from in Song of the South: Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear, and Brer Fox. Not sure if you can read that too good. Then you got Sword in the Stone. You got Merlin, which is cool. You got Hercules, which is Hades, Hercules, and Meg. And then finally, from as seen in Tarzan, Turk, and Jane Porter. No, I really dig those. That's just so cool. All the little things. And she got me all these pins, which is just so great. California Adventure pin, red. The fire truck, and a Goofy's Kitchen pin right there. And finally, one of those Live Strong bracelets, the Unlock the Magic of Disney, D23.com. I am a member of D23, so I was so happy, when I got that. I was like, oh Lord, I can't believe she got me all this stuff. I just want to say thank you so much for all that. You rock so hard. Hey Jackie O, that's her name here on YouTube. She has some really good videos, and she worked for Disney for a little bit, and she lives right there, so she goes to Disney all the time, Disneyland all the time. It's just so awesome. So check out her channel. She has a lot of really cool stuff there, and just thanks so much. You spoiled me, really. You really did, and but I'm so happy, that I got this stuff, and I'm going to be looking through this for like the next week, so it's going to be great. Thank you so much for that. Alright guys, last week's Where in the World Am I? You guys weren't fooled at all. It was the Primeval World. We're walking onto the Primeval World when there was no people on it because we got there early, and that was one of the first rides that we got on. I think we got on Dinosaur after that. We could have just stayed on for the Primeval World because there was no people. If you go early, you actually get some some good stuff there. Good opportunities to ride rides all the time. So yeah, there you go. Where in the world was I? I was in the Animal Kingdom and on the Primeval World. Good stuff. Moving on, I just wanted to say one last time before this month is over. I said this pretty much each and every video. I am on Facebook. I have a Facebook fan page thing. Facebook fan page. I needed to call it something. I'm not trying to sound so vain or anything like that, but Facebook fan page. It's where it's where I can get. It's where you can get a hold of me. Like the easiest. If you have any questions, or if you want to get in on the photo version of Where in the World Am I try to do that every day or every weekday. You can reach me on there. It's hard to reach me on Twitter because I don't check that every day. I check Facebook every day, all the time. So if you really need if you have any pressing questions for File91e, you can check that out. Links at the bottom. I also, again, like I said, I also have a Twitter. Links at the bottom, and I also have an Instagram where I post some random pictures and stuff like that. You can follow me on that if you want to. I'm not saying you have to, but if you want to. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. What's been going on with me this week. Before I move on, I just want to say I won't be having a show next week because it's Thanksgiving. I will have a Black Friday unboxing sort of thing with DVDs and whatnot. I'm hoping to get a bunch of stuff. I will be going to Black Friday, so that will be fun. And yeah, so just remember that. I'll remind you at the end of these shows. So awesome. Yeah, let's get right to the news. Alright, a bunch of news this week, especially a bunch of rehab and refurbishment news, so stay tuned for that. This week's limited time magic event is a Jingle Cruise attraction poster. Basically now dubbed the Jingle Cruise for the holiday season, the modified Jungle Cruise ride takes guests on a tour with a special holiday themed scenery and jokes. Be sure to pick up your free poster if you're down there in the area. Limited time. Like supplies are limited, so if you're down by the Jingle Cruise this past week, see if they got any free posters for you. Really cool stuff. Now, although this is not yet officially announced, all signs now point to Camp Mini Mickey at Disney's Animal Kingdom closing at the end of operations on January 5th. The final performance of the Festival of the Lion King in Camp Mini Mickey is confirmed by Disney to be on January 5th. Until it relocates to Africa in the summer of 2014. It's expected that Donald Duck will be moving from Camp Mini Mickey to Dinoland USA for meet and greets from January 6th on. King Louie and Baloo are expected to be moving from Camp Mini Mickey to the boat dock in Asia. I guess that's also from January 6th on. The new locations for Pocahontas and Chip and Dale are not yet known, but I'm sure they'll find something. With the closure and relocations of Camp Mini Mickey, they're getting ready for the Avatar Land project. I think they're really going to start groundbreaking on that soon. So with this closure happening, I mean, we're going to see some big progress for Avatar Land. So Fantasyland's starting to come to a close. All the major refurbs there. So Avatar Land's right next there. Disney is not slowing down. Disney and Nikon have announced that they have entered into a multi-year alliance, naming Nikon as the official camera of the Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resort. Kind of cool because I also like Nikon. A very good choice, Disney. Very good choice. As part of the deal, Nikon will have branded photo spots throughout the resort, which will presumably be replacing those previously sponsored by Kodak, which is now defunct. Nikon will also supply all equipment for both PhotoPass and Disney Fine Art photographers who cover weddings and portrait packages throughout the resort. So everything camera related will be, instead of Kodak, now it's Nikon. Good stuff. Alright, now tons of rehab and refurbishment news, so listen up if you're going to be going to Disney anytime soon. The Pop Century Resort's Hippy Dippy Pool will be closed for a short refurbishment from December 9th to December 11th, reopening to guests on December 12th. Got that? Good. Disney's All-Star Sports Surf's Up Pool is scheduled to be closing for a refurbishment from January 6th to January 24th, reopening on January 25th. The Magic Kingdom's Plaza Restaurant is scheduled to be closed for a refurbishment from February 17th through to March 15th, reopening to guests on March 16th. The Pinocchio Village House is closing for a 6-week refurbishment from February 17th to March 30th, reopening again on March 31st. We're only halfway done these refurbs, so a lot of winter refurbs happening. The Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover is scheduled for a near 2-month refurbishment in early 2014. The refurbishment begins on February 10th through to March 27th, reopening to guests on March 28th. The Barnstormer in the Magic Kingdom Storybook Circus will be closing for a refurbishment in early February 2014. The refurbishment begins February 3rd through to February 5th, reopening to guests on February 6th. A lot of these, I think, they're going to be repainting them, kind of freshening them up. They usually do that in the winter, because they're only like a couple days, aside from a couple of them which were like multi-month ones. So I'm not exactly sure. The Magic Kingdom's Liberty Square Riverboat will be closing for refurbishment on January 21st. The riverboat is to be expected back in service on January 31st, so they're really going to be redoing that one, especially since it's in the water all the time. And finally, like I said before earlier in the news, the Festival of the Lion King at Disney's Animal Kingdom is closing on January 5th to begin its relocation to the new theater being built in Africa, the Africa Pavilion or area. While it was originally thought that the relocation would be largely seamless, it now seems that the show will close for approximately 6 months for the move. They're not going to try to rush anything because it's a really popular show. Man, it'll actually give them time to kind of spruce things up and hopefully get it nice and colorful. It was never not colorful before, but you know, Disney always likes to take care of its things. So yeah, that's the rehab and refurbishment news for this week. There wasn't any last week. And now there's tons this week, which is kind of fun. So, yeah, let's go on right to the reviews, or actually top 10 today. So, good stuff. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of every month, the last show of every month is going to be a top 10 show. Aside from next month, in which case, I think it's not going to be a top 10 show. It's going to be a Christmas special, but that's kind of a different story. Anyway, unless specified otherwise, the last show of every month will be, me giving a top 10 of something. Now, when I was off, I asked you guys for some recommendations, and a lot of the stuff that I got had to do with characters and character spots and whatnot. I really don't go to Disney World to see all the characters. I go for the attractions mainly, but characters are such a big part of a person's Disney experience because you see them all the time. They're in the parades, they're in shows, they're just walking around the parks. So I do always give them their due diligence, and I do always go see Mickey, and occasionally if I have extra time I will go to some character spots to see certain characters and whatnot. Now these top 10, they're not like individual spots. I'm basically telling you where I like to go to, or when I like to go to certain places to see certain characters. Some are actual individual, certain designated character spots. Others are times of the year, that sort of thing. So to give you an idea, well, whatever, let's just move on. So here are File91e's top 10 character spots. I'm quote unquote with that. Number 10. Adventureland and Tomorrowland in the Magic Kingdom. There are different spots in both of those places that hold some pretty awesome characters. Namely, in Tomorrowland you got Buzz Lightyear and Stitch. And in Adventureland you can see Aladdin and Jasmine in a really awesomely themed area. Tomorrowland, there's not much of a themed area for it. Usually Buzz Lightyear is right near Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin. And then in Stitch is usually floating around there somewhere. A friend of mine got her photo with Stitch, and that's really cool just to kind of see him floating around. Occasionally you will see Jack Sparrow just walking through places, but that's neither here nor there. And now Adventureland, obviously it's themed to be kind of like an Agrabah street, and it's a perfect place to see Aladdin and Jasmine. Usually that place is, when Aladdin and Jasmine are out there, it's pretty booked up. But it's a really great place. The scenery is great. You get a good photo, and all of the characters are great. The main thing about these characters, all of the characters, that they go in depth, and some of them even go a little bit more in depth and really go full character. So that that's really cool when you get that awesome interaction with these sometimes face characters, which are people without masks. So that's really cool. Number 9 is the Epcot character spot. Now this was originally just a place just to take up space in the empty interventions portions, but it became popular because it was a place where they could just go see Mickey, Minnie, and all them in the Epcot area. It's really cool, just because, like, say you only go to Epcot the one day, all of those characters, all the main characters, Goofy, Pluto, and all them, and Donald are all in there. It was funny because we were walking by, and my friend, who's a huge Donald Duck fan, said, hey, let's go stop in there. I'm like, okay, Donald Duck is not just here. He's also in Mexico. He's also, in other places. It's just very convenient to have that spot there that parents and children alike can just go in and enjoy themselves and get it all done in one fell swoop. Although the line is pretty big. I think they're going to be redoing this soon. I think I read something they're really going to redo this and revamp it to make it a true actual spot, instead of like a space filler, which they were kind of just doing. But yeah, there was a long line, and there usually are long lines for these things. So this isn't the most optimal spot, considering the line went out into the rain. But I think they're going to modify that and make it better. But I like those central character spots. You basically just go one right after the other, get that done, and move on, and enjoy the rest of your day. So the Epcot character spot, number 9. Number 8, this is one of my all-time personal favorites, is the entranceway into the Magic Kingdom. I guess that's Town Square, right before you walk down Main Street, USA. When I was a kid, that's where you would meet Mickey and Minnie. They would be right by the flagpole now. Like Mickey's moved into the Town Square Theater, but I'll get that. I'll get into that later. You can also meet Pluto and Chip and Dale and other the classic characters right there, especially earlier in the morning. They're there at different times of the day, and that was one of my all-time favorite places, because as soon as you go in, you just see these lines with the kids, and you see the characters that you've been seeing on the cartoons. I mean, it's just like, it's so awesome. It was just something with the theming and just the nostalgia of it all. But I definitely love that little area, to meet all the characters, because there's not really much going on aside from a couple, shops and restaurants. But to meet some, like to see the characters when you're walking into Disney, the Magic Kingdom, you're like, okay, this is just a crazy place, because there's Pluto and there's Goofy. Oh my God, that sort of thing. So. I really dig it. That's why the entrance to the Magic Kingdom in the Town Square area is number 8, and definitely on my top 10 places to go see characters. Number 7, we just talked about this earlier. It's going to be closing down soon, but it was Camp Mini Mickey. I liked it because, again, it was a place where you could see all the characters in one fell swoop. You were right there. You could see Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, all in their safari, attire. But you could also see some other characters like Baloo and these other characters that you wouldn't normally see anywhere else. But they fit so well in the Animal Kingdom area that you had to throw them in there. Now, this place is closing. Camp Mini Mickey is closing, but I'm sure there's going to be other areas, especially in the so unused areas of the Animal Kingdom, where they're going to make some other character spots. We'll just have to see what happens, because the Avatar Land project is going to take up the Camp Mini Mickey area. So it's we're just going to have to see what happens. Camp Mini Mickey was always a placeholder. It was supposed to be the fantasy land of the magic of the Animal Kingdom, but that never came to fruition. But now that we have the James Cameron partnership with Avatar, that area is finally going to be used for a fantastical sort of animal area, which I cannot wait for. A lot of people don't like the movie. I just think I like the ideas behind it and what the staging and props could be, especially with the attractions. You got to look past the fact that there are characters from a movie. Disney is the best at making a world, at making a true world. When you walk into Avatar Land, I'm pretty sure you're going to be like, oh my God, this is crazy. What world did I just step into? I really have high hopes, and I'm really looking forward to it. So Camp Mini Mickey, number 7, although it is going to be going the way of the dodo in early January of 2014. Number 6, the magic of Disney animation in Disney's Hollywood Studios. After you see the main little show and you walk through the little magic of Disney Animation Studios area, where you get to see all the different Oscars and you get to see the lady painting, there is a character spot right at the end. You can meet Sorcerer Mickey there, which is really cool. You can see many different characters actually rotate through there. I saw the Incredibles there, saw Winnie the Pooh. So you know, it's indoors, it's air conditioned, really awesome. There's a bunch of other things to do there as well. It's not just, you know, standing in line, see the character, then leave. It's standing in line, see the character, then go do other stuff in this other area. It's very, you know, centralized, and if you didn't know that the characters were in the Magic of Disney Animation, then you know, you obviously got to check your maps with the little finger that has the this is a character spot sort of thing. But yeah, it's always been one of my favorite places just because it was convenient and air conditioned. So the Magic of Disney Animation character spot, number 6. Number 5, I couldn't just pick just one because all of them have the great, they're all pretty much the, you know, the same, and they all have, you know, a great, I don't know what's the word? They all have a great aura, I guess you could say. It's the Disney dining, character dining locations. You know, like Cinderella's royal table, where you get to eat with Cinderella and all that stuff, and you know, and you meet all of her friends there. There's other Disney dining areas where you meet Mickey Mouse, Chef Mickey, Chef Goofy, and all these other places. You can meet Winnie the Pooh, and the character dining experience is very odd, especially if you don't like to be interrupted while you eat, but you know what you're getting into when you go into this stuff, you know, it's fun because these characters come up to you and you get that real intimate, you know, conversation, I guess you could say, even though they don't really talk to you, but you get that real intimate dialogue, you know, between you and the character. You get the pictures and the autographs, and they'll mess with your food and things like that. It's just great, especially kids who really love the characters. You get to really, you know, see the appreciation and the fact that, you know, it's like, oh my God, I'm eating, and then they're right there. They're out of the parks. It's so crazy. You know, it's really neat to see that, and I really dig the character dining. You know, as an experience, like if it's a food experience, that's kind of a different story, because when I'm rating food and whatnot, I like to be kind of focused on what that is. But as entertainment value, I look at the character dining as like you know, like dinner and a show, that sort of thing. Like you get the show, they come around and bug you and have some fun, especially Tigger and Goofy and all that stuff. They really like to, you know, to mess with you a little bit. You know, it's just fun stuff, and you know, I can really appreciate that. So the character dining, all the character dining locations are great to meet, you know, some really good characters. So that's number 5. Number 4 is Pete Silly's sideshow, sorry, in Fantasyland, in the Magic Kingdom. This is brand new, and it's really cool because I like the costumes in this. This is like, you know, the Great Goofini, and you know, Donald Duck is in there. You get Daisy, which is crazy because you really don't get to see Daisy too much. To be able to meet Daisy is a really cool thing, because there are some characters that are really rare and you can only meet in certain places, and if you get to meet them and add them to your autograph collection, if you're a big Disney autograph collector, it's really important that you you know, check out certain places and certain times, and this place is one of the, you know, places where you can meet Daisy. Daisy for me was always one of those characters that I could never ever get an autograph from, but it was cool that they added her in with this, and I love the you know, the backgrounds, the costuming, and I really dig it, because it's just it's really cool. And the new Fantasyland is going to be really, really great. I can't wait, you know, for the Mine Train Coaster to finish up, and so we can get all the cranes out from behind there, and we can just see it all work. So it's really good stuff there. So Pete Silly sideshow, number 4. All right, guys, we're getting into the top 3 here. These are my top 3 character spots or areas, times of the year. Number 3 is the World Showcase. All the different lands have different places, you know, different people that you can see, or characters that you can see. In England, you can see Alice. In Mexico, you can see Donald Duck, as he was part of the Three Caballeros. In Morocco, you can see the genie. Sometimes you can see even Aladdin and Jasmine there. In France, you can meet Beauty and the Beast and Gaston. He's roaming around sometimes too. So like basically, you know, like Japan, you can meet, or I'm sorry, China, you can meet Mulan. That's really cool. You know, it's it's weirdly stereotypical, but Mulan is from China, so she's going to be in the China pavilion. Beauty and the Beast are from France, so they're going to be in the French pavilion. So it's just really cool the fact that they added that touch in there, because the World Showcase is all realistic. It's the realistic Morocco, or like the fantasy realistic Morocco, and it's cool because it's so real that they throw in the characters with it to add that fantasy element to it, and you're like, oh my God, I'm walking down the French pavilion thing, and it's like you got the chefs de France there, where you can meet Remy from Ratatouille, and you're like, oh my God, that's kind of cool. They threw that fantasy element in there, and oh my God, there's Beast. He must have come from down. He's visiting Paris for whatever reason. It's just kind of cool just to see those different characters in there, and you can really get some good character one-on-one interaction at the different pavilions. So check out your times guides and character spot icons on your maps, because you'll be able to see where they all are. So really cool stuff there. Number 3. All right, number 2 is the Town Square Theater in the Magic Kingdom. I told you I'd be getting to this. This is, to me, one of the greatest places because you get to meet Mickey Mouse. This is, to me, when you go down to Disney World or Disneyland, there's a couple things that you need to do. Every family has to do these 2 things. 1, get a picture of yourself and your family with the castle behind you, looking down Main Street, that sort of thing. It's cliche, but it has to happen. It's like the Hallmark card for every time you go to Disney World. Like to me, that's something you have to do. Second is meet Mickey Mouse in some way, shape, or form. Now Disney has made it so that it's really easy for you to meet Mickey Mouse. They converted the old Town Square Theater into a place to meet Mickey Mouse, and it's all indoors. They have a great setup. That's even where you can meet the new talking Mickey Mouse, which is for me completely outrageous. The fact that there's like these big characters who don't really ever have talked to you. They've never talked to you, but now you can actually converse with them, and they can converse back. Oh my God, that is crazy. The place itself is great. It's air conditioned and themed really nice. They also, during some certain times, you can meet the Disney princesses in there, which is really cool. You can go from Cinderella to Snow White to I don't know if Aurora's in there from Sleeping Beauty. Here's the third one. I can't remember. But they're in there, and but along with Mickey, and there's different lines and whatnot, and there's a gift shop in there, and plus the inside of that place just looks awesome. They really did great with the theming, and the fact that you can go see Mickey Mouse and when not having to stand out in the sun is excellent. So meeting Mickey Mouse at the Town Square Theater in the Magic Kingdom is great. It's the best place to go in the Magic Kingdom to meet Mickey, I think, because it's right there, on your way in or out. So check your times, guys, to make sure Mickey's in there, and check it out, because they really do a good job with the characters. They make sure that even though there's a ton of people behind you, you can actually meet Mickey and talk with him a little bit. They're not trying to rush you out, even though you might feel it. They aren't. That's just you trying to rush yourself out. So, yeah. The Town Square Theater in the Magic Kingdom, number 2. And number 1, my all-time favorite place, or time, rather, to meet Disney characters are any time that there is a special event. What do I mean by special event? I mean like the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, or the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party, or the Star Wars weekends, because those are the times when you pay a little extra for those parties, or during the Star Wars weekends if you go down, where you're going to meet the really, really rare characters, the ones that they only break out, for certain special times, where you can actually get some really good photo opportunities and autograph opportunities. Like we went to the Not So Scary Halloween party. I was able to meet Jack Sparrow, who you really aren't able to meet much unless you were fortunate enough to be a part of the pirate thing. We met all 7 dwarfs at one time. It's really rare, so you can get that photo opportunity. Gaston was roaming around. Hades was roaming around. It just was so awesome. We couldn't really see them all because there was so many, so much stuff to do. But if you're a character autograph hunter and picture hunter, those are the best times to meet these rare characters, especially during like the Star Wars weekends when you get all of those Star Wars characters. You got the Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, Boba Fett. You don't normally see them walking through Disney's Hollywood Studios. I'm sure now when they open up the new Star Wars land that you might be able to see more of them. But it's the idea that if you spend a little extra money and maybe some extra time, those are the best times to meet these characters because you won't see them any other time. During the during the rest of the year. So for me, the best times and the best things about to see characters, especially rare characters, are during these special events. So that's my biggest tip for you. If I were to ever meet a character, it would be during those special events, because usually when I'm just doing the normal stuff, I'm focusing on the attractions more than anything else. But during those special events, if there's a special parade or a special fireworks show, I want to watch that along with seeing these special characters that aren't really out there. They're rare to see, and especially even more rare to get an autograph and a picture with. So the characters at the special events are my #1 top character spot. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Just to kind of put a little final exclamation point on it. Those are my top 10 character character spots. While they all may not have been individual locations, some of them were even just times of the year. That's the best information I can give you when it comes to characters. Because like I said, I'm not the biggest character guy when I go down to Disney World. But if I get the chance to meet a character, especially if it's a rarer character, I'm definitely going to want to, spend some time with that. But if you're a character hunter, where you get the photograph and an autograph and whatnot, definitely check out those spots. That will really give you some good stuff with that, especially if you're just starting out with the character autograph hunting. If you're a seasoned autograph hunter, chances are you know things that I don't even know about, and just post some comments in the section below. I'd love to hear your guys' top 10 character spots. When you go down to Walt Disney World or even Disneyland. I haven't been to Disneyland yet, so I can't do that one. But there are some pretty cool places to or times to see Tarzan and all that stuff, because you really don't see Tarzan too much, even though the Swiss Family Treehouse is right there. But we saw Tarzan during the Halloween party, which was actually really cool, because Kaya, who was there, she was like, Tarzan. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I just wanted to remind you again that next week I will not be doing a show. There won't be any show next weekend, so don't be looking for that. I might do a bonus video where I do some a recap of Black Friday shopping and whatnot. That could be, not guaranteeing anything, because I'll be doing some other stuff with Thanksgiving. But yeah, I hope you guys have a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Eat a whole bunch for me. Especially if you're in the U.S. and are celebrating Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. If you're watching from other places in the world, have a happy week. Us in America, this is the time of year where we stuff our face for no reason, where we celebrate, the Native Americans and Plymouth Rock, and just watch Pocahontas. There you go. Watch Pocahontas. And that's how we get stuffing turkeys with bread and different things of that nature. Also, Frozen is going to be opening this week. I'm going to watch it this week, and I'm going to be reviewing it, I believe, not next week, but the week after. So I hope you guys will go out and see Frozen. From what I hear, this is apparently one of the greatest Disney movies, or Disney animated movies, that they've come out, in recent years. So definitely, I'm really looking forward to it. All the reviews that I've heard from it have been extremely positive. I had a chance to go see it early last week, but I could not. I kind of wanted to see it with everybody else, just because I felt that would be cheating. But I would have if I was less awesome. But I'm more awesome. So yeah. Yeah, so happy Thanksgiving. Go see Frozen. If anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I just want everybody to go and see all those characters and go down to Disney World and have some fun, because it's so much fun down there, and especially during Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all the people working at Disney. I'm sure you're going to be working on Thanksgiving Day. If you're working on Thanksgiving, I hope you guys get a break where you guys can actually go, and eat some Thanksgiving food, and whenever you get time off, celebrate and have a good time. We really thank you for everything that you do. So yeah, if you are going to Disney World, be sure to go to allers.net, touringplans.com, www.match.com for our latest and greatest Disney news. WaltDisneyWorld.com is good too. Straight from the horse's mouth stuff, guys. They have every bit of information that you could ever need at WaltDisneyWorld.com. So I'm doing good with the where in the world am I? You guys, completely keep guessing this stuff right. So I gotta somehow make it harder. I guess I'll figure that out in the future. But I will be doing a new segment, actually, debuting it. Not this weekend, obviously, because there's no show, but next week there will be a new segment in between the reviews. I think I want to put them in between the two reviews, because there really is something lacking in between that. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Go see Frozen. I know you guys are going to enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for another Disney news and reviews. So guys, you got 2 weeks to figure this out, but I'm sure you guys are going to get it in 1 second. Where in the world am I? See you guys in 2 weeks.